All right, what is up, Wacky Lure Nation? So I have a special one for you this time. I guess all of them have kind of been special, but this one's going to be big. So in the anime called Naruto, there are these animals, and they're pretty big animals. They're giant animals that can be summoned forth to help their ninja partner in battle or whatever the ninja partner needs help with. They can summon forth these giant animals. Yes, they can. But in one of these episodes, there is a giant Marlin who is running amok. And they finally catch it, and they finally pull the ninja star out of his head, and then the Marlin just goes poof. So that is what we're going to build. I said that it was gonna be big, and I am not lying. It's like 12 inches. It's like gonna be a foot long. I have a big piece of wood around here somewhere. So yeah, we're gonna use this to make this big boy right here. So let's get it. And I want to show y'all guys this thing. Look at this thing by Ryobi. I didn't even know they made this thing. This thing is a sander. Like, is that thing not beast? So I'm thinking I can like clamp it in the clamp, put the clamps on it. Gotta clamp it, let me clamp it. So you can clamp it in there, and then, you know, sand my lures down a little faster. I'm excited about this one. Trying out my new Ryobi sander. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Look at that. You know what's great? So that's the basic shape of it. Check that out. That sander saved me so much time on this. I'm gonna start, I got the lines on it. I did all the other work in Texas, so this will be the first thing I'm starting on in Colorado for you. So let's get to whacking this thing up. Yeah. All right. Let's start on the other one. All right. Well, I got all four sides carved. It's looking good. Look at that. Look at all that mess. If people want to say that I didn't carve it with a knife, there's your proof right there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So I guess we're going to sand this big bad boy right now, huh? Put a little sanding love on it. So I got it all sanded down, smooth like, real smooth like. Okay, so this is my original drawing here, And I went ahead and put the eye hooks on it, so I know exactly where they went, so I didn't run into any issues like I have in the past. And that matches up perfectly. So I got me a new flat saw, Japanese flat saw. And like I said, I'm going to attempt to cut this. It's going to be a lot harder than it normally would be because it's all round. So let's give it a whack. So I got it all cut and sanded down. So now what I have to do is make all my metal fittings. Go ahead and make the fins, fit the fins into this. Make sure everything's nice and tight there. But first I need to carve the head. So that's what we're going to do. Carve the head. So I got it all marked out, painstakingly marked out. So let's get the carving. I also marked where the eyes were. I figured that was smart. All right, well, I got all of them carved. Hell yeah. Now I gotta sand in all these little freaking cracks that are annoying. So let's do that. So there really isn't an easy way to do this. Just use a little piece of sandpaper, fold it over, and get it in there. All right, well, I finally got that done. It's a big difference when you sand them. All right, so now we can get our fins cut, make our metal fittings, and yeah, do some more stuff. All right, so this is my birthday present from my mama. She sent me a Amazon gift card, and I got this. My birthday was November 2nd. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I got the resin. I got the resin. I got the resin, y'all. Boom. Got some silicone rubber for mold making. Let's resin. Boom. Give that a try. Got a Freaking heat gun, yo. Freaking heat gun. I needed that. Oh. And also got a scale. So I can weigh how much my lures weigh and also figure out the weight to put inside them. Yeah. That is awesome. Thank you, Mama. I love you. Oh, yeah, look at that bad boy right there. Look at that bad boy right there. Excellent. All right, so we got our plexiglass. Got our plexiglass here. We're gonna glue these on there. Cut these fins out. And now let's cut these beautiful babies out. Let's chop them out. Free them from the plastic. Alright, well I got them all cut out. So now what I gotta do is I gotta cut these grooves in there. I'm gonna use a little Dremel cutting, whatever that thing's called. I don't know what it's called. It cuts and it's made by Dremel. So I'm gonna use that to put these lines in here. Then I gotta sand them. And I think that'll be all for today. Good grief, so we got a dog problem apparently. Like these guys have been going off. I don't know why for the past couple days, but this is what I deal with. So I got all the fins sanded down, smooth and stuff. So now we're gonna work on getting them inside here to where they, you know, fit. So let's get to it. I'll just have to say, look how pretty that is. I mean, look at that. I am naturally good at making these. Look at that. Man, shoot. Get out of town with that right there. I mean, come on. So I got all of the fins cut in. Man, look at that. This is beautiful. Beautiful. So, I am not going to paint it with the fins on it. I have learned that lesson. So, I guess now make metal fittings and pop them in here. Okay, so I drilled all my holes, made all my hardware. This is basically what I got so far. All of the fins work, they're not all in. You don't get to see that till it's done. I do have to cut this one fin. I'm actually gonna cut it with the markings, whatever that is. I don't know what you would call that, but I'm gonna cut it with that. That way it still looks the same instead of cutting it straight up. So it's just gonna cut one section out of it, and I think that'll be fine. So all of this lead has to go in there, so I gotta drill more lead holes. I got one drilled. I think I'm gonna drill another one here, and then probably another one back here. Maybe. I don't know. I might do 3 there. We'll see. So I got those are my lead holes. Pretty substantial. I drilled 2 holes and then just took the middle out of that. It's beautiful, I know that. That's not good, is it? What the hell is it doing that? Well, looks like I need some more lead. Okay, let's try this again. Is it a sink? Looks like it. Well, that sucks. So it sinks. So I gotta do what I didn't want to do. Let's drill some lead out of it. I swear. I'll get it down to a science one day. So I got the weight right finally. Look at that thing zip around. Thing looks badass. Okay, so I got the lead in. I went ahead and glued it with the super glue and baking soda. I did not film it. I forgot to turn the camera on, but I mean, I'm sure you've seen people glue holes many a times in your life. So I gotta sand this down, and I'm gonna sharpen this thing like a sword. I thought about it last night. Take a little bit of extra effort, but I think it'll be worth it. So I'm gonna sharpen it down. And let's get to it. So I got it sharpened up. I know it's hard for you to see, but for plastic, I mean, it cuts, so sword cuts. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I got this all sanded down. I actually have a hole right here I gotta fill in with a little bit of super glue and a crack that I have to fill in. Crack that's starting, and I just don't want it to show up in the paint, so I'm gonna fill that in, and then we're gonna sand it again, and then we should be ready to paint it. Yes. These little fine tubes here are perfect for the super glue, because super glue loves to get everywhere. This super thin stuff especially. I got all my pieces. Maybe. Shit. So it is finally time to start painting this beast of a lure. I'm gonna start off. I gotta glue these in so they don't move around while I'm painting. I'm gonna super glue them in to hold it. And then we are going to paint everything white first, except for the sword, because I only want to paint this silver to give it a different look from everything else, since it's supposed to be a sword. So let's get to it. Okay, so I got everything painted that base white. So yeah, so what I need to do is I'm gonna mix some of this pearlized silver, which is what I'm gonna use just for the sword. But I'm gonna mix this with some pearl white and probably a drop of black to get the main body color. And then we will go from there. So this is what I'm left with here. I think I'm gonna hit that with a little pearl white just to cut it, because I think it's still too silver. So I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of pearl white just to knock that down a little bit. And I think that'll be good. Okay, so I have to tape this off because the top of this thing's gonna be purple. So I need to sketch that out and tape that off and then paint it. It's looking good though. It's gonna look badass. So I got these all taped off now. Ooh, they ready to go. So we're going to pop some purple on it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty color. Hell yeah.
Look at that. That's gonna look awesome. That is an awesome color. For real. Do the rest of it. Okay, so we got them painted, man. God, look at that color. So I am going to pull the tape off and we're gonna see what we get. I like it. Wow. That's awesome. So I cut out these little stencils and I'm going to use them to put a little shading on the gills here. That one looks better. All right, it is finally time to start putting this thing together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue in all the fins. I'm going to keep it in 3 separate pieces and then spray it with the polyurethane and all that. And then the last thing I'm going to be doing is putting in the metal fittings. So let's get to it. I'm excited. Look at that. Freaking thing looks mean. Hell yeah. We're going to hit this thing with a little bit of polyacrylic. Alright, so the poly is dry. Man, I'm telling you what. It looks badass. So I actually forgot to put the yellow dots on it. I think it looks better without them. I might end up putting them on there in the future. We'll see. I don't know. If you can't tell, it's cold out here. Check this out. Cause it's freaking snowing out there. So let's glue this bad boy together. Let's glue that hardware on there. Get this thing done. I'm excited. I just can't test it out until after winter though. So there's that. Alright, so hell yeah. This is the swordfish from Naruto. Man, it looks mean though. It looks how it should be look. So let's do a presentation. Boo boo. Trying to do a video here. Trying to do a video here. Go on. Killing me. So that is going to do it, fam, for the giant Marlin from Naruto build. I think it turned out amazing. I had a good time making this thing. I hope you had a good time watching me make this thing. So I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a blessed Christmas. And that was wacky. Later, y'all.